The backyard deck glows warmly, alive with laughter and celebration under a canopy of twinkling lights. Friends gather around, their champagne flutes clinking in a chorus of joyful toasts. Mara's ring sparkles, a radiant emblem of dreams realized and promises kept. In a moment of pure bliss, Mara and Paul share a tender glance, their hearts brimming with love and hope. Mara's hand trembles slightly as she reaches out to accept Paul's heartfelt proposal, the moment charged with anticipation. A wave of joy erupts around Mara and Paul, celebrating their union. Mara's face glows with pure joy. Paul's eyes are locked on Mara, filled with love and adoration. The ring glints, a symbol of their eternal bond. Darkness descends. Mara awakens, her throat ablaze, her mouth filled with the taste of earth. A horrifying realization dawns. I am buried alive. Her panic intensifies, a claustrophobic nightmare unfolding in the darkness. The ring on her finger becomes a cruel reminder, constricting, digging into her skin. A disturbing sound pierces the suffocating silence. Muffled laughter above. Despair washes over her as the laughter mocks her desperate struggle. Confined within the suffocating wooden box, Mara's desperation escalates as she pounds relentlessly against the unyielding lid. Her muffled screams echo within the tight enclosure, each strike fueled by rising panic. Her knuckles are now white as bone, nails cracking and bleeding with each desperate hit. Claustrophobia overwhelms her as the darkness presses in from every direction. In a moment of agonizing realization, she questions, how could this happen after I said yes? Inside the claustrophobic wooden box, flashes of fragmented memories assault the senses. A missed RSVP card haunts the darkness, a stark reminder of forgotten connections. The curt text message from Paul sears with unforgiving words, each syllable a branding iron. Above, muffled voices weave a tapestry of cheerful conspiracy, their words of finality falling like poisoned honey as the scraping of shovels grows. Inside the cramped wooden box, shadows dance as Mara's hairpin catches the faint light. The silver hairpin glints, a tiny beacon of defiance in the oppressive darkness. With painstaking precision, Mara widens the crack, each movement filled with desperate hope. Through the growing slit, a vision unfolds. Smiling faces, an ordinary party bathed in eerie light. The smiles are ordinary, yet they carry an unsettling euphoria, a finality that chills Mara to the bone. Confined within the wooden box, Mara's desperate hammering echoes, each strike a raw cry for freedom. Blood and dirt blend on the rough wood, a testament to her fierce struggle. The deafening noise magnifies her isolation, amplifying the burning desperation in her lungs. Her breath becomes ragged, her vision blurs, but Mara persists, fueled by an indomitable will to survive. Hallucinations flood the senses, distorting reality within the confines of the wooden box. Laughter echoes, morphing into an unsettling chant, intensifying the sensory overload. A metallic tang invades the senses, a physical manifestation of the encroaching madness. A memory surfaces, the champagne toast, Paul's distant eyes, a subtle foreshadowing. The taste of metal lingers, a grim reminder of the champagne toast and Paul's unsettling gaze. The chant intensifies, a haunting echo of Paul's distant eyes, trapping within the wooden box. In a slow-motion echo, Paul raises his champagne glass high. To forever, Paul declares, his voice ringing with promise. Jess clutches Paul's hand, a possessive gesture amid the applause. Unaware of the undercurrents, Mara remains blissfully oblivious to the unfolding drama. Confined within the wooden box, Mara's desperation peaks as she forces a crack wide enough to feel the outside world. Hope flickers as Mara senses air, intensifying her resolve to escape. Adrenaline surges as Mara leverages her body, each movement a testament to her will to survive. With a final burst of strength, Mara forces the lid, creating a gap to peer through. Through the narrow opening, a glimpse of the world beyond fuels Mara's determination. Mara stands alone on the backyard deck, the night air swirling around her, a silent observer, In the soft moonlight, Paul and Jess embrace tightly, a ring glittering on Jess's finger, a beacon of their shared promise. Their parents beam nearby, their faces radiant with approval and joy, celebrating the union. Someone whispers, "She said yes. Perfect." The words hanging in the night air, sealing the moment. It's a celebration of an ending. Confined within the wooden box, despair transforms into a burning rage. She realizes the cruel intent behind her imprisonment. Fury ignites within her. A desperate fight for freedom begins. With renewed determination, she claws at the unyielding wood. The sound of splintering wood echoes in the suffocating space. Trapped in a dim, wooden box, Mara's desperation mounts as she claws at the walls, each scratch echoing her growing despair. A fragmented memory surfaces. Financial notes strewn across Paul's desk. A life insurance policy glaringly updated. Paul's face flickers over the document, a subtle unease betraying hidden truths. Mara reads a text. It's finally ours. Her fingers tremble, the message a chilling revelation. Invitations stamped "Return to Sender" haunt her, alibis meticulously crafted, her reflection mirroring a growing horror. A crowded bar buzzes with activity, a fleeting touch igniting a spark of betrayal as Paul's finger brushes against another woman's hand. Jess laughs, carefree and trusting, her head resting comfortably on Paul's shoulder, unaware of the shadows gathering. A calendar page is ripped away, the circled dinner date marked "canceled," a stark symbol of broken promises and unspoken lies. Mara doesn't question it. Mara remains oblivious, her trust a fragile shield against the impending storm. Inside the wooden box, Mara's eyes reflect a dawning horror as realization dawns. She understands she was not a participant but a pawn, callously moved to thwart another's ambition. Around her, joyous celebration rings hollow, now revealed as a calculated charade designed to ensnare. The family blessing, once a symbol of unity, now serves as a sanctimonious mask concealing a cold scheme. The joyous sounds fade into a haunting echo as Mara grapples with the cruel deception. Confined within the wooden box, Mara's desperation intensifies as she claws at the wood, each crack a testament to her raw, torn hands. Her tenacity reveals itself as the wood splinters further under her relentless assault. A surge of hope as a hand pierces through, reaching for liberation. With a final, violent heave, the lid tears away, revealing the world beyond. As the barrier breaks, a cascade of dirt rains down, a gritty reminder of her ordeal. Emerging from the earth, Mara is struck by the first light of dawn. Freedom dawns with the morning, but a party rages on, oblivious. Gasps and horror ripple through the crowd as Mara appears. The dawn light intensifies. As Mara rises, a figure of rebirth against a backdrop of revelry. A wave of shock courses through the partygoers as Mara's presence shatters their oblivion. The stark contrast between Mara's emergence and the ongoing party underscores a moment of profound change. On the backyard deck, Paul and Jess maintain an unsettling calm, their smiles unwavering amidst the growing chaos. A chorus of shouts erupts from the crowd, each voice laced with panic as phones are raised high, capturing the unfolding horror. The air crackles with tension as someone urgently calls for an ambulance, the words cutting through the stunned silence like a desperate plea. Paul and Jess stand frozen, their smiles strained. The crowd surges, phones still raised, recording every moment. The ambulance siren grows louder, a piercing cry cutting through the night. Mara's voice shatters the calm of the backyard, each word a raw, unfiltered truth. Accusations fly like daggers, cutting through the placid facade of family. The circle of relatives closes in, their faces masks of practiced denial. Paul's father steps forward, his words painting Mara as nothing more than hysterical. The air thickens with unspoken resentments, each denial a brick in the wall closing in on Mara. The sterile white walls of the hospital room amplify the silence, heightening the sense of unease. Doctors exchange worried glances, their faces mirroring the uncertainty that hangs in the air. The faint hum of machines mixes with the murmur of public opinion, a blend of support and skepticism. Edited photographs flicker across social media feeds, distorting reality and fueling speculation. In the sterile confines of the hospital, Mara's voice falters, each word a testament to her struggle. The weight of her situation crashes down upon her. Without proof, her accusations will dissolve into nothing. Mara's voice begins to fail. A silent observer notes, the sterile air thick with unspoken doubts. The chilling realization dawns. No one will believe such a monstrous betrayal without proof. Her words hang heavy in the air, unanswered, unseen, and unheard in the bustling hospital. The truth, monumental and terrifying, remains locked within her, a secret too vast for belief. Mara stands at her neighbor's doorstep, a storm of frustration brewing beneath her determined gaze. She insists that her phone's auto backups hold irrefutable truths. Her words hang heavy, each gesture a pointed accusation. She directs attention to the neighbor's doorbell camera, a silent witness to unseen actions. A shovel in motion, a boot stained with earth evidence captured in the digital eye. The scene unfolds. Accusation, evidence, and the unblinking gaze of technology. Mara strides into the police station, her expression projecting unwavering confidence. The air crackles with tension as Mara confronts Paul and Jess. The carefully constructed story begins to unravel under Mara's piercing gaze. Paul's charm falters, his usual confidence shaken. The neighbor's footage loops on the monitor, a silent witness. Evidence mounts, the weight of truth pressing down on the room. Jess's carefully constructed excuses begin to unravel, as fragile as a poorly woven thread. Across the table, their parents' smiles waver, a flicker of unease betraying their forced composure. The detectives lean in, their questions sharper, more pointed. Sensing the shift in the room's atmosphere, a shadow of doubt creeps into the room, settling heavily upon Mara. Under the cloak of night, a solitary candle flickers, casting long shadows across the solemn ground. Mara stands alone, the burial now a stark memory, the social wounds cut deep. Friends have vanished, family is fractured. She is utterly alone. I must rebuild alone, Mara vows, her voice barely a whisper against the night. The night breeze carries a forgotten invitation through the gutter water. Say yes. The stark contrast of celebration and sorrow swirls in the cold air.